Hello, hello. Welcome to Easy Math. Today's um, lesson, we're going to look at algebraic expression. We're going to look at algebraic expression. So, guess I just came on, then people should be joining me soon. So, if you are seeing this, you're joining us, please do your best to share so that others will also um, be able to join us. Do your best to share so that others will also be able to join us. Yeah, share for others to also join us. We're going to look at algebraic expression. So we're going to start in a few minutes. We're going to start in a few minutes. So in just a minute, we're going to look at algebraic expression. So if you could share this for others to also join us as we walk through algebraic expression. That will be very good for all of us so that we get a lot of people joining us as we look at algebraic expression this time. I don't know where you are watching us from. So if you could do me a favor and then put where you are watching from in the comment section so that I'm trying to know the time difference from all my various viewers, then I'll be able to know the best time for you all. But I think this is the best time for all of you. That is my thought. So you can put your best time, like where you are watching from. Actually, I'll be able to know which time is best for you. Which time is best for you. So I'm going to start in a minute. I'm going to start in a minute. Algebraic expression. Algebraic expression 3x plus 8, that is an algebraic expression, but we're going to learn what algebraic expression is. So without wasting much of our time, I know those who come late will be able to replay the video or watch it later to know what we learned. So algebraic expression. Okay, so let's go on and see algebraic expression. Algebraic expressions. So if you talk of algebraic expression in mathematics, they are mathematical statements. They are mathematical statements that we can get when we use operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then the rest, and are operated upon a variable or on a variable and then a constant. So what we first look at their statements. Mathematical statements. Their mathematical statement. What we have to take note of, if you are talking of expressions, if you are talking of the algebraic expressions, then there isn't any equal sign. No equal sign, no equality. So if you're talking of the algebraic expression, we are not looking at any equal sign. So if I have the 3x plus 8, and then you have 3x plus 8 equal to, let's say, 0. This is an expression. And this is an equation. So equation. So get the differences of an expression and then an equation. An equation are comparing two entities, two quantities. But an expression is a statement, mathematical statement. You know, an equation will have all the operations. It could have the division, it could have the multiplication, it will have all the operations, but it has an equal sign. All that expression is being equated to another expression or a number that is a constant. But if you talk of expression, algebraic expression, then we are not looking at any equal sign. Any equal sign. So let's look at an example. So let's assume that Kinney and Jeff were playing a matchstick and thought of forming a number pattern using them. So if you have that number pattern that they will form, they are going to give you an expression. An expression. So if they say, okay, then let's say that Jeff took 4 matchsticks and formed the number 4. So pick 4 matchsticks and form the number 4. And then Kinney added 3 more matchsticks. So Kinney added 3 more. See, we are forming an expression. We are making a mathematical statement from what they are doing. They first of all pick 4 matchsticks and then added another 3. So we have the 4 plus 3. So now they realize that they can keep adding more 3 matchsticks in each run to make 1 extra 4. So what they decided to do is that then we can add 3 more matchsticks in each round. So this is the 4 plus 3. So they can do 4 plus 3, 4 plus 3 in each round. So then you can have, let's say, x minus 1. So in each round, they are adding 3. And that is giving us the 4 plus 3, x minus 1. So what they are actually doing is that they are making a pattern of 4s, and this is called expression. This is called the algebraic expression. You know, they are not equating it to anything. They are just making mathematical statement from what they are doing. So algebraic expression, and then at times or in some books you may also see it, call them like variable expression. It's a combination of terms by operations, or it's a combination of terms by mathematical operation. So, and then we're going to look at all these, what they mean. So combination of terms by mathematical operations. And then we know the mathematical operations. We know of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. They are all mathematical operations. So if you are adding terms, but I spoke earlier on, here we don't talk of any equal sign. We don't talk of any equal sign. So if I have 3x plus 7, then we say that 3x plus 7 is an example of algebraic expression, because we are adding terms with an operation. So now let's look at some of the terminologies that we normally use in algebraic expression. Let's look at some of the terminology. If you are still here, you could share this so that others will also benefit from today's lesson. Let's look at some of the terms that so we have a term like variable. Variable. We have constant. We have constants. We have coefficient. Coefficient. Variables, constant, coefficient. And then we have terms. And then we have terms. So variable, constant, coefficient, and terms. So we are going to look at all these, their definitions, and then the role they play in the algebraic expression. Like we defined algebraic expression earlier on as combination of terms by operations such as addition, subtraction, by mathematical operations. What are the terms? What is a variable? What is a coefficient? And then what is a constant? Do you know them already? Put them in the comment section and let's see. So there are different components of algebraic expression. Different component of algebraic expression. So let's put an example for algebraic expression, and then let's use it to define what a variable is, what a constant is, what a term is, and then what a coefficient is, and then what a coefficient is. So let's say if this was to be like a red classroom where I have asked you to give me an example of algebraic expression. I hope if you have your paper and pencil with you, you could just write some algebraic expression down and then let's see. So let's say four x plus 9. 4x plus 9 is an expression. It's an algebraic expression. Now let's see what is the constant, what is the variable, what is the coefficient, and then what is the term. Let's look at the term first. If you look at term, term is defined or could be determined as either a variable alone or a constant alone or a combination of a variable that is being separated by addition or subtraction. Take note of it. A term is a variable or a constant and a variable that is being separated by addition or subtraction. So how you could determine a term is looking at the operation addition and subtraction and then see. So if you look at this, then 4x and then 9 are terms, because 4x is a number and then a letter, which is a constant and then a variable, a number and then a variable. And then 9 is just a number, which is a constant on top of it. And they are being separated by addition. So it makes the whole of this one a term, one term, and then this is another two terms. So this algebraic expression have gotten two terms, which is 4x and then 9. Which is 4x and then 9. So that is how we are able to know what a term is. What a term is. Let's see. So if I have 3x squared, this is just one term because there's nothing, no addition or subtraction separating anything. So this is just a single term of its own. If I do plus 5x, then this expression 3x squared plus 5x becomes two terms because this addition is separating this term from this term. Let's look at another example of term. I hope you're getting what a term is. Let's look at another example of a term. So let's say I have 3y divided by 7 plus 4yx plus 8. Okay, let me make it minus 8. Minus 8. So how many terms do we have here? We have 3 terms. We have 3 terms. So the terms we have here is this, and then this. Because here the addition is separating this from this, and the subtraction is separating this from this. So it gives us three terms. It gives us three terms. The only thing that you can is addition and subtraction. Multiplication and division, they are not counted as a term. So I can't say 3y divided by 7. So 3y is a term and 7 is also a term. No. So all these are together. 3y out of 7 are together. So that is what a term is. That is what a term is. Now let's look at variable. What are variables? So a symbol that doesn't have a fixed value is called the variable. So when we have an expression like the 3x plus 10, a symbol or a letter that doesn't have a fixed value. So if you look at 3x plus 10, 3 is 3, 10 is 10, but we see the x here doesn't have a fixed value. The x could take any number. The x could be 5, the x could be 3, the x could be 7, the x could be any number. So it doesn't have a fixed value. The x doesn't have a fixed value. So it makes it what? A variable. It makes it a variable. It could take any number. The x there could take any number. So it doesn't it makes it a variable. And then I use the word symbol. Normally we see x and y, but it could be anything. We could say 4 for alpha plus 7. So in this case, this is a variable. It could take any number. So there are symbols that varies. They could take any number. That is a variable. So in our expressions that we did earlier on, we could see that this one, the terms were this, and then we could see this is a variable. We could see this is also a variable because they could take any number. They could take any number. They could take any number. So now we know what a term is and then what a variable is. We know what a term is. We know what a variable is also. Now let's see constant. What is a constant? So if there's a okay, let's look at coefficient first. We've seen a variable. Let's look at coefficient. So let's still use our 3x plus 10. So we know that these have two terms. The variable is x. So the coefficient is the number. The coefficient is the number that is attached to the variable. It's the number that is attached to the variable. That's the coefficient. So the coefficient of the variable x here is 3. The coefficient of the variable x here is 3. Yeah. So the number that is attached to the variable is the coefficient. So let's see an example. So what if I have y minus 5? In this expression, it has two terms. The variable is y. But what is the coefficient of this variable? Because it is just one number, then the coefficient will be 1. Time we could term it like the invisible one. The invisible one, because we know that any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. So that is for the coefficient. So now, okay, let's look at 5x squared plus, let's say, 2y. This is an expression with how many terms? This expression have two terms. It has two variables. So the terms are 5x squared and then 2y. Those are the two terms it has. We know it have two variables. It have the variable x squared or x and then the variable y. So what are the coefficients? So the coefficients are 5 and 2. So the coefficient to the x squared is 5. The coefficient to the y is 2. So any number that is attached to the variable is the coefficient. Any number attached to the variable is the coefficient. Now let's look at what a constant is. So constants are the numbers in the expression that has no variable or no variable is attached to it. That is called the constant. So they are just the fixed numerical values. The fixed numerical values. So if you take this as an example, you know, you have 3x and then you have 10. 3 is a number, 10 is also a number, but the x here is the variable. And then we could see that the 3 and then the x are together making one term. But if you look at the 10, it has no variable. So we say that the 10 is a constant because it is only a fixed numerical value. But the 3 can't be a constant because it is attached to a variable x. So the 3 becomes a coefficient. 3 becomes a coefficient. So now we know what the terms is. So now we know our variable. We know what a variable is. We know what a variable is. We know what a constant is. We know what a term is, and then we know what a coefficient is. So in algebraic expression, these terminologies. So if you know these terminologies, then it will be easy for you to work out any algebraic expression. It will be very easy for you to work out any algebraic expression. So if I have an algebraic expression like, let's say 2x plus 8, 2x plus 8. I know that this expression have two terms, which are 2x and then 8. Those are the two terms because the plus is separating those two terms. I know that it has a variable. It has a variable. And then what is the variable? The variable is x. The variable is x. Because that is the only letter here in this expression that doesn't have a fixed value. It keeps on changing. And then it has a coefficient. And it has a coefficient. It has a coefficient of 2 because 2 is attached to the variable x. 2 is attached to the variable x. So these terminologies will help you in all your algebraic expression work. This terminology will help you. So we're going to end this one here now. Then we're going to look at the next thing we look at is how to simplify algebraic expression. So now you know what the algebraic expression is, but how can you simplify it? But before we go, I'm going to put some expression on the board, and then I'm going to ask you to find the so I'm going to have 5x plus 4y plus 10. So how many? So the questions are how many terms are in this expression? What are the coefficients? What are the coefficients? What are the coefficients? 3. What is the constant? and then 4. To make sure you can 4. What are the variables? For what are the variables? So these are the questions for the day. 5x plus 4y plus 10. How many terms? Others to it. How many terms? What are the coefficients? What is the constant? And then what are the variables? So let me hear from you. Put your answers down. Put your answers down. Let me hear from you. So what we did today was an algebraic expression. We define what an algebraic expression is, and then we define some of the terminologies that you use in algebraic expression. Sorry, my whiteboard, because I was scrolling, it just went boom and then went off. Ooh. Okay, I have to increase this and then push it this way. Oh my gosh, sorry for that. So this is the final question. This is the final question for Ask today. So put your answers in the comment section. You could share this video for others to also study about algebraic expression. Next time, we are going to look at how to simplify algebraic expression, because that is where the math is. That is where most of the work is. So this is just the beginning, the introduction of algebraic expression. And then if you know all this, you are able to see what an expression is. You are able to identify the coefficients. You are able to identify the constant. You are able to identify the variables. The operation of it wouldn't be difficult, because if you tell you, if you are simplifying, or do this to the constant, you know what a constant means. Do this to the variable, you know what a variable is. Do this to the coefficient, you know what a coefficient is. So it wouldn't be anything difficult. So we end today's lesson here. We end today's lesson here. We spent at least 30 minutes doing our lesson. There are other lessons in the video. I'm getting the thumbnail so that you get to know. So some of the video, you see that the thumbnail is blank. I'm trying to figure out how I could put a thumbnail so that you know exactly what is been there. So if you just click on any of the videos there, some of them are lessons that you can study. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out or put in the comment section. We'll try to help you out. Invite others to be part of this group. Put like comment your answers so that we know what to do next time. See you next time. Bye.